We have hit 5,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much, this is amazing. I want to thank you guys by doing a little giveaway. Stick around until the end of the video for the details on how to enter. But for now, enjoy the Q&A. So 2 weeks ago, I asked you guys to ask questions for 5,000 subscribers Q&A. Thank you to all 129 people who sent in a question. I can't get through all of them in this video, but I'll try to get through as many as I can. The first comment I got was from Blue Toxic saying, how can I get sub 30? The simplest tip I can give to you is to learn full PLL if you haven't already, but if you've done that already, then make sure you've learned all the basic F12 cases and make sure you get them down. Pranav says any other hobbies except for cubing. So my other hobbies are playing chess, playing golf, playing the ukulele, watching Twitch, watching football. So yeah, those are my main hobbies, as well as cubing, obviously. Capability Master asks, do you play chess? Yeah, I do. We were just talking about that. I play on the chess.com app pretty much every day. If anyone wants to send me a daily game, then feel free to. My name is Scooch with 2 H's. Esha says, who invented the CFOP method? I think it was a woman, and I'm not sure what her first name was, but I think her second name was Friedrich. The only reason I know that is because the CFOP method is often called the Friedrich method. Hydra Cuber says, where did the name Scooch Cubing come from? So Scooch has been the nickname in my family for all my life, and I just added the word cubing after it just so it's easier for people to find me. Cuber Squad says, how do you grow so fast? Basically, I posted a YouTube short and it did pretty well, so I posted more and they did even better. Plus, I did some stupid but unique stuff like eating a breadstick while solving a cube. Megan says, how long did it take you to get your first sub 10 solve? So I got my first sub 10 solve 5 months ago, and I've been cubing a lot since like 2 years ago. So it took me about a year and a half of a lot of practice. Cubing Techniques says, can we see your face and what is your main? I'm not doing a face reveal until I hit 1 million subscribers. My 3x3 main is the RS3M 2020 and my 2x2 main is the YJ MGC Elite. Harshit Cubes says, what video editor do you use? So I use two. On my phone I use Splice, which is free and I really recommend it, it's really good. And on my laptop I use VideoPads, which I don't recommend as much. Quantum says, what is your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert is probably a chocolate brownie. Arjun says, how did you grow so much with shorts? One thing I did a lot was to take inspiration from other shorts that are really popular, whether it's the title or the video itself. Another tip is, it might sound obvious, but post a lot of shorts. The more shorts you make, the more chance that one of them will go viral. Gotham asks, what tips will you give to someone trying to learn full EG? Okay, so I have 2 good tips. The first one being, if you haven't checked out JPerm's website yet, definitely check that out. The website has an algorithm trainer, which is extremely useful. It helped me a lot when I was learning CLL and EG. And my second tip is that if you learn an algorithm that doesn't suit you, there's a very high chance that there's another algorithm out there that does suit you. So I also recommend you check out Sire the King's website, because he shows loads of different algorithms for the same case. I'll put both of these websites in the description. S-Move says, thoughts on learning ZB. I was actually considering learning a few ZB cases, but I just figured it's not worth the time. I would rather put that time into improving in other events such as 4x4. Dimrogue says, what is your 2x2 to 7x7 average and what is your biggest cube you own? The biggest cube I own right now is a 4x4, but I think I'm going to get a 5x5 soon. If I had all those cubes, then my 2x2 to 7x7 average would probably be like 2 hours. Versatile asks, have you won any competitions yet? No, in fact I've never been to a competition. I was supposed to go, but unfortunately the lockdown happened. Hopefully things in Ireland open up again so I can finally go to a competition. So my favourite PLL is AB perm and my least favourite PLL is RA perm. My favourite OLL is this wide anti-soon and my least favourite OLL is this dot case. This is my favourite F12 case and this is my least favourite. Also, like I said, I'm not doing a face reveal until I hit 1 million subs. Jesse says, how did you get into cubing? Okay, so the story of how I got into cubing is kind of long and complicated and a little embarrassing, so I'm actually going to make a separate video out of it. So that's going to be my next video, so subscribe if you want to see that. And how much time did it take you to get sub 15 from scratch? So I've been cubing on and off for about 5 or 6 years, and I only recently became sub 15. So it took me about 5 years, but if you're a lot more consistent than me, it would only take you around 1.5 to 2 years. Lod says, where are you from? I'm from Ireland and I've lived here all my life. Sam says, who is your favourite cuber? Oh, that's actually a tough question. I really like Felix because he's done so much for cubing and he just seems like a nice guy. I also like Timon, he seems really chill. And some of his solves just blow my mind. Figo says, what is your PB? My 3x3 PB is 7.4 something, I forget what. It's there on the top right if you want to check it out. Kanad is basically asking what is the best PLL for adjacent corner swap because the A perms and T perm aren't great. So if you think the A perms aren't great, then you clearly haven't learned the right finger tricks for them. You might think they're too hard, but just try to get used to it early on and you'll thank yourself later. And in my opinion, J perm is better than T perm, so make sure you learn J perm. Cubopedia asks, do you play video games? I don't play video games as much as I used to. Right now, the only thing I play is Rocket League every now and then. Heidi asks, why did you start YouTube? So I watched YouTube a lot, and around November and December 2020, I've been seeing people like MCubers making cubing shorts and getting loads of views. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, I want to do that. So I got a tripod and started recording videos on my phone. So yeah, that's basically why I started. Jan Cube says, what's the worthless cube you've ever bought? It's probably this cube that I don't even know what this is. What is this? I got it for like €12 in a market, and I used it twice and put it in this box and never used it again. What the hell even is this? What am I looking at right now? So yeah, that was pretty worthless. Joey says, who's the most handsome, coolest person you know whose name starts with J? Well, that's a pretty good question, Joey. I'm gonna have to go for J-Perm. Grogu says, what do your V-Prem algorithm? This is the V-Perm I use, and if you want to see how I finger trick it, then look on the top right. Agan says, what's your favorite cube? My favorite cube is probably my MGC Elite 2x2. It's actually the one that you see in this video right now. It's just a really fun and easy cube to turn. Caden says, have you started learning blind? No, I haven't learned it yet. I have a lot of stuff planned for the next couple of weeks, including learning blind. The blindfolded series is going to come a little bit later. Crazy Cuber says, your goal of your YouTube channel and your favorite celebrity. My goal is honestly to just have fun and try my best to entertain people. My favorite celebrity is probably Van Dijk. I'm a big fan of Liverpool and he's my favorite player. Aslan says, how did cubing influence your life? I feel like the reason I like cubing so much is it's just a really good distraction to the world. It's just a great way to get your mind off stuff. He also says, if you quit cubing, you get 50,000 instantly. Would you do it? Yes, I probably would do it. $50,000 is a lot of money. But any less than that, I don't think I would do it. DZS says, did you expect to get the last 4,000 subscribers after getting 1k so fast? The answer is no, I did not expect it at all. I honestly thought I would take until the end of the year to get to 5,000 subscribers. But now it's June and somehow we've already reached it. Socast says, if you could obtain the skill of any high level speedcuber, who and what would it be? That is a really good question. I think I would choose Max Park's look ahead because it is just out of this world. I don't think I've ever seen him pause for half a second in a solve. Anime Cuber says, is learning COLL and winter variation worth it? If you're really serious about 3x3, then yeah, go for it. But like I said, you always have that option of using that time to improve in other events. Slow After Well says, Discord server. I was actually thinking of making a Discord server for a while. Comment below if you want me to make a Discord server, and if enough people ask, then I'll make one. Sherman says, do you do clock? I did buy the Qi clock a few months ago, but I don't really practice it. I practice it like maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Dravik Nurse says, have you tried any other methods like Rue or ZZ? The only thing I kind of tried was Rue for a few hours. It was actually when I watched Sean get a sub 6 average with Rue. Like, he made Rue look so easy. But then I figured out that Rue isn't as easy as it looks, and he's just an incredible cuber. Dravenor also says, how many algs do you know all throughout cubing and what alg sets are they? So I'm just going to count 2x2 and 3x3 because those are the ones that I do the most by far. So starting with 2x2, I know CLL, which is 42 algs, and EG1, which is 43 algs. And on 3x3, I know OLL, which is 57 algs, PLL, which is 21 algs, and COLL, which is 40 algs. I'm not going to include F12 algs because I just don't think they should count. So combining 2x2 and 3x3, I know 203 algs. And if you include Scube, Pyraminx, 4x4 and Megaminx, that's about another 30 algs or so. So in total, I know about 233 algs. Master of Cubing says, what's your opinion about chess? I love chess. I think it's a great game with an amazing history behind it. Chess may seem a bit boring to many people, but once you find out more about it and like the huge range of theory, it gets really interesting and really fun. Especially bullet chess, it is so fun. Elijah says, can you explain how I never subscribed until now, but I've been getting your polls for months now? For some reason, YouTube polls go to a really wide audience, even to people who hasn't even watched you before. Thanks for subscribing though, I appreciate it. Aditya says, out of these 4 musicians / bands, who do you like the most? I would say Ed Sheeran because I'm Irish, but I do listen to The Weeknd more, so I'll say The Weeknd. Cube for Fun says, do you have an Rstream 2020? And if so, what spring compression do you use? Yes, I do have an Rstream 2020. I'm not sure what the exact spring compression is, but what I do know is it's really loose. For some reason, I like my cube a lot looser than most people. Rishab says, how do I get better at F12? The best advice I have is to try and slow down yourselves a lot and focus on not pausing. And also try not to look at the pair you're doing and try to look for other pieces. If you can't do that yet, then you still need to get your F12 algorithms down. ELL says 4x4 main and average. The 4x4 I main is the Maylong M, which is really good for its price. I haven't been practicing 4x4 a lot, but my global average is just over a minute, so like a minute and 2 seconds. I really want to get that under a minute though. Harsh Vardan says, what cube do you suggest for best budget speed cube? I may be a bit biased in saying this, but I highly recommend the Ars3M 2020. It is incredible for its price, and I do think it's the best budget speed cube. Courtney says, who is your favorite streamer? I watch a lot of streamers, but right now the two that I watch the most are Mew and Ernsto. One of them is in phase and the other one is going to join phase. Hopefully. Icicle says, how long did it take for you to learn full CFOP? So full PLL took me about 2 weeks to learn, and then full OLL took me about a month. So in total, it took me around a month and a half. Afroza says, what do you know about Bangladesh? Well, I know that it's a country and there's a lot of people in it. I think there's good food there as well. Misty says, if you were to switch to a different speed solving method, which would it be? I would definitely switch to Root because I know the most about it already and I think it has a lot of potential. It might even have more potential than CFOP. Alessandro says, how do you solve a cube? You have to make it so each of the 6 sides are showing just one color. Cubing Forever says, do you like Square One or Megaminx more? Right now I just own a Megaminx, but I want to get a Square One. It looks so cool when people turn fast on the Square One. The Astro Guy says, what's your first Rubik's Cube? And in brackets, not a speed cube. My first Rubik's Cube was a Rubik's brand I got in Smith's. I think that's a lot of people's first Rubik's Cube as well. The last question is from Bowtie Cuber saying, how do you stay motivated? Because after I can't improve anymore, I just take a long break. One thing that really helps is if you talk with people that have the same interests as you. There are many cubing Discord servers you can join and talk with other cubers. Also, you can simply buy a new Rubik's Cube and that helps as well. Or instead of buying a Rubik's Cube, you can enter the giveaway and get one for free. So there are 3 prizes that you can choose from. The first one is an Rs3M 2020. A lot of you guys will know by now that this is my main 3x3 and that I recommend it a lot. The second prize is the YJ Upo V2M. Someone I know who's pretty new to cubing bought this 2x2 and he loves it. I tried it myself and it is really good. The third and final prize is the GEMS Magnetic Pyraminx. This is one of the best Pyraminxes in the market. It's actually my main Pyraminx and it is amazing. You can actually see it in the background of a bunch of my videos. So those are the 3 prizes. Now I'll show you how to enter the giveaway. You just need to go under the video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Then you need to comment #giveaway and say which of the 3 prizes you would like to win. So yeah, that's all you need to do to enter. Oh, by the way, if you win, I'll let you choose whether you want the puzzle stickered or stickerless. The 3 winners will be announced in next week's video, so make sure you turn on notifications. Good luck to everyone and I'll see you in the next video.